Hi, it's Chris from Hornsby again, and this week we're going to be looking at one of the popular choices from Browning, which is the Ultra XS Pro. So the Ultra XS Pro is based on the 525 action. The 525 and the 725 actions are slightly different. The 525 has been out a little bit longer and it is tried and tested. The 525s come in standard grade 1 sporting and field models. We then move on slightly higher grade to the Ultra XS Pro, like this one here. These particular models would sit within models by other manufacturers like the Blaser F16, the Beretta 695, and this is a great value for money gun, which is sub £4,000. Everybody's different shapes and sizes, and to get a gun fit right off the shelf can be quite difficult. Browning have really thought about the needs of the shooter and made it very customizable. So with these particular Brownings, there's 3 different pad sizes available. A thinner pad, the medium size and the longer one, so that we can easily adjust the length of pull. Also with that, they come with adjustable comb. So again, we can easily, a few second adjustment, alter the height cast of the gun to fit the person. So they've really had a good think about what the shooter wants in this particular model. Moving along with the gun, this particular model doesn't have a palm swell. Some guns have quite a large palm swell and pistol grip, which can feel a little bit bulky in the hand, whereas this is a lot slimmer. Along with the forend, it's beaver tail forend, but it's not too bulky. So this particular gun, it feels very nice in the hand. As we mount it, it doesn't feel too cumbersome. With the engraving on the Ultra XS Pro action, it's quite minimalist, but it is just it sets the gun off nicely. It also shows the model on the side of the action here. With these 525 actions, it's coupled with backboard barrels, which really help for reducing recoil. So for that serious competition shooter going out shooting lots of targets, we don't want to be having too much felt recoil from a gun, and with this particular model, we certainly don't. The rib on the gun is a tapered 13 to 10 millimeter, which really draws your eye out to the target. It has a mid bead fitted and also a white front bead, which can be changed for different colours if you prefer. The chokes on the gun are titanium extended chokes. They come with 8 chokes in the box, which is also a great feature because it's a lot more than most manufacturers supply. Another great feature from the Browning on this particular model is the balancing system. So we can fully adjust the balance point of the gun by adding or removing weights into the stock of the gun, which helps massively on when we're actually shooting. Ideally, the balance point, again, it's a little bit of a personal choice. I prefer the balance point to be almost 60-40 when we try and balance it on the hinge pin. I prefer the stock to be almost 60% of a weight, so it almost just slightly drifts back rather than the weight being forward. The reason for this, I feel it gives a little bit more control, so the weight's in between our hands when we're shooting, that if the barrels are too heavy, the weight's at the front of the gun, it takes a lot of effort to get the gun moving, and it just shoots so much better when the weight is distributed between our hands. The Browning comes with this luxury travel case, which has a 2 combination lock on it, and also for added security, there is a trigger lock which goes over your trigger guard, which prevents the gun from being fired. In the case, we have quite a few extras which come with the gun. So as we mentioned before, the pads, it comes with the pad fitted on the gun, and we have 2 other pads. And if you still want an extra added bit of length, there are 2 spacers which come with the gun as well. It comes with, as you mentioned, the titanium chokes. So there's a full set of 8 chokes for the gun. And also in this particular box, we have the stock weighting system. So these weights can be added or removed inside the stock to alter the balance point. or weights can be added to the barrels under the forend if you want to increase some weight further forward on the gun. We have the 2 additional triggers, which is more personal preference, whether you like that thinner style trigger, slightly wider, slightly offset. This for right-handers, as your trigger comes across, it just sits on your finger a little bit better. Or we have a knurled one so that you've got no sliding or movement on the trigger whatsoever, so it just holds your finger on the trigger a little bit better. We have the Browning choke key, and we also have a full set of Allen keys for adjusting the comb, the triggers, and also we have the larger Allen key if we want to remove the stock completely from the gun. We've spoken about all the features of the Browning. It's now time to go and try it out on the range. So having shot the Browning Ultra XS Pro, it really shows how well a well-balanced gun handles, and it really makes a shot so much easier. It sits really nicely in the hand, like we mentioned before, there's no palm swell, and with this slightly off-centre trigger, it feels very nicely, it just sits in your hand really well. The forend, again, it's not too bulky. The gun actually handles quite quick for a relatively heavy gun now that we've got added some weight to the stock. If you'd like to try one of these models or for any more information, please give us a call or click on the link below.